G'day guys, it is Roscoe here from the Third Man Up and Supercoach Swordplay podcasts, and today I wanted to give you a quick introduction into a new concept, a new fantasy game that will be appearing on our channel and across our socials in 2025. So, without further ado, here is GameDay Squad. It is a very unique platform that we've come across, a combination of trading cards, fantasy scoring, marketplace style trading, and most importantly of all, it is a dynasty concept, which means that this concept is one which will not sort of dissipate after the 2025 season. The cards that you earn, the prizes that you earn, will be able to be used season upon season upon season. So the general concept of the game is to collect unique cards which come across a bunch of different forms of rarity, numbered, and these give point multipliers to your team's score depending on how rare and valuable they are. Now, there are a number of different ways to obtain such players. You can open packs, you can access the transfer market, or you can even strike up deals with your friends, other players in the private trade market, and find swaps that suit both parties. So without further ado, I'll quickly run you through the competitions that you can choose to enter your players into. So as you can see here, choose your squad. I've got 3 squads entered in for the week in starter, classic, and challenger modes. So if I head over to the starter page here, I'll give you a look at my squad and I'll give you a little bit of a rundown as to how it's all going to work. So as you can see, it's pretty similar to other fantasy games where we pick 7 defenders, 7 forwards, 6 midfielders, and 2 rucks to fulfill our side for the week. The starter format is one which is completely free to play. All the formats are completely free to play. However, you can enter this using only bronze cards. So as I'll get to in a sec, there is a salary cap on certain types of cards to prevent players from having too many in their squad and just being able to completely pay to win the system. The starter mode here is bronze. We have a budget of $11 million, which covers you at 500K per bronze card to fill out this team. Now, these prizes on offer with the starter mode are exceptional. If you manage to get first place, you receive 100 game day dollars in pack credits, which you can then use to either open up more packs, buy players on the transfer market, so on and so on. So at the commencement of your Game Day Squad journey, you will receive 51 unique bronze cards, which you will obviously be able to use here to fill out a starter squad. Now, if you are very interested in jumping on board, I will have a special code for you later on in the video that will grant you access to another 27 bronze cards valued at over $20 for absolutely nothing. Just by using our code, which I'll reveal at the end of the video, you'll be able to receive 78 bronze cards to start your Game Day Squad journey off. Now, having looked through my side, I've gone for a little bit of a mix of targeting strong matchups as well as trying to just get in some of the best players for the week. Particularly, I'm looking at Liam Duggan coming up against the Gold Coast Suns. I'm looking at Amon and Sicily tonight against Essendon. And then obviously I've got my Luke Ryan, I've got my Dan Houston. There's those players who you could probably expect to score really, really well week to week, regardless of who they play. In the midfield, I had a decent start last night with Patrick Cripps and Tim Taranto both cracking a ton, but obviously hoping for big things with Connor Rosie, John Newcomb, Tom Liberatore, and Jordan Dawson, all having relatively decent matchups or greater opportunity in their midfield, particularly Liberatore without Bont, without Trelaw. I think he could be a value play to start the season for a bronze starter squad. In the ruck line, I've then gone for Jared Witts and Brodie Grundy. And in the forward line, I've managed to grab my hands on some of the more sort of valuable bronze cards on the market at the moment in Jason Horne-Francis and Jack McRae. Now, similar to other fantasy formats, these guys are forwards playing midfield roles, which means that despite the fact that they are unlimited in the amount that can be generated given their bronzes, not many people are really looking to give them up. So I managed to get very lucky and get a Jack McRae on the trade market in exchange for Lockie Ash. So I know Lockie Ash had a great start to the season last week against Collingwood, but I think I can get my hands on another one, and I was really keen to get my hands on Jack McRae. With Horn Francis, I was really lucky to get him out of my starter packs and just go from there. I'll take you over then to my Challenger team. The Challenger format is a $16.5 million budget with a limit on 6 special cards that you can use. Now, I'll quickly run you through the salary cap and how they work. So, we've got bronze cards here, which I've mentioned are unlimited, and they contribute 1 multiplier on their points. So, for example, Luke Parker here, if he scores 97, the score you will get will be 97. I then have a silver Callan Ward here in my midfield. He is limited to 5,000. So a little bit more rare than the bronzes, obviously, as they're unlimited. But still, there's plenty of him going around and plenty of the silvers going around. Now, these guys do offer a 1.1 times boost. So any score that he gets, you get it multiplied by 1.1. Next up, if we have a look at the golds, these guys are limited to only 2,500. And having Lockie Neal limited to 2,500 with a 1.2 points multiplier, I think is going to be a very great card to keep a hold of throughout the season. If we then have a look at some platinums, I've got 3 in my squad. I managed to get a Harry Sharp, as well as Naziah Wanganeen-Miller and Jack Sinclair, numbered to 500. Now, these guys contribute a 1.3 times points multiplier. So if you get a lovely score out of one of these guys, it multiplies by 1.3, which means we could be looking on for some really, really huge scores. Then my highest card at the moment I have here is Jack Scrimshaw. He is a diamond. So he is number 8 out of only 100, and his points are multiplied by 1.4. So if you're able to get your hands on a diamond Sheasel or a diamond, Bontempelli when he comes back from injury, and you're getting their top line scoring multiplied by 1.4, you can quickly see how these are some of the most valuable cards in the game. I know Scrimshaw has averaged around 95 in the Game Day squad format last season, but as you can see here, that jumps up to 137.2 based on his score from last week, given the 1.4 times multiplier. There's also legend cards, which are 1 of 1. I'll take you over to the transfer market and see if I can find a legend here. So let's have a look. Legends for sale. So you can see we've got a Sam Flanders 1.5 times score multiplier, very beautiful looking red card. And we've got Jurgen, who has that listed up for $6,666. I'm not too sure if that is something that people will pay. I doubt it. But I think it's more an expression of interest for people to come along and say, hey, look, I'm willing to chuck you in an offer. Let's work on getting this card out of your hands. So I would absolutely love to get myself a legend card and drop it in my squad week to week. I don't think I'll be going down the method of paying up for one of these guys, but that's where the pack openings sort of come in, and that's where the store can be very valuable for us. So there's a number of different packs you can sort of open between common packs, rare packs, unique packs, and the all-star packs as well. So our common packs here, you have a look clicking into the squad here, and you can see the options that it'll give you. So you've got a 61.72% chance of getting silver, 30.86% of getting gold, platinum 6.17, diamond 1.23, and you've got a 0.01% chance, still a tiny, tiny chance of getting a legend in these packs. We've also got the rare packs here, where you get 9 player cards. Now, the odds are slightly better on getting a legend here, 0.03, but as you can see, we've completely wiped the silvers and the bronzes out of the pack. So the lowest you are getting is a gold card at 80% chance of the time. Now, I was fortunate enough to get one of these, and that's where I managed to pull my Harry Sharp. So I hit that 16% chance, managed to get myself a platinum card, which I can hold on to, or obviously trade or sell on the transfer market. Having a look now at the unique packs, these ones are a little bit more expensive, but you definitely get what you pay for. You've got an 83% chance of getting a platinum card here, limited to 500, 16.64% chance of getting a diamond card, limited to 100, and a 0.17% chance of getting a legend, which is yours and only yours to keep for however long you choose to play the game. Now, these cards are quite rare, but there are ways of definitely obtaining them. So if we have a look at the market here, you can see I've showed you these legends for sale. I might take it back down to platinum for you, and we might have a look at the prices here. As you can see, you can get yourself a Lockie Ash for $2, Harry Perryman for $2, or you could possibly look at trades. So, for example, if I want to get my hands on, let's say, Nick Dacos, what does someone want for a Nick Dacos? They're looking for a bronze James Jordan or a bronze Harry Perryman. That is very interesting. I'm not sure if someone's put that up there and they're going to genuinely accept it. I'm not too sure about that one. Let's have a look at Jai Newcomb. Someone's looking for these offers. Here we go. This is probably a bit more realistic of what you might expect to see on the platform. We've got a platinum Luke Ryan, and exchange someone's looking for a platinum Isaac Heaney. So say something comes up with Heaney, maybe he gets suspended, maybe he comes out of the side for a couple of weeks. You're not too interested in holding him. You want to get your hands on a Luke Ryan. You can put him up, and hopefully that offer can get accepted for you there. 1-for-1, straight swap. It's a deal that is done. Now, coming back to my starter squad over here, I actually managed to get a couple of offers sort of made privately that I managed to find and have a look at and went, yeah, I'm very happy to do that. So my first offer here, I managed to get a hold of Toby Green and Jordan Dawson for a Riley Sanders. Now, I know Sanders is expected to get some midfield time, and he's probably one of those players like McRae and Horne-Francis that I mentioned that are pretty scarce. But looking at the opportunity to get two sort of premium players that can score and put up, particularly huge ones for Riley Sanders was something I definitely jumped at the bit at as well. As I mentioned, I got my Jack McRae for Lockie Ash, and I managed to get Jeremy Cameron in for another Riley Sanders that I had. So I think Jeremy Cameron might not be one who's a week-to-week play for us in Game Day Squad, but I can definitely see him popping big scores against teams like Richmond, the West Coast Eagles, and, going really well. I think that's the beauty of the format compared to, other fantasy formats where you don't need to pick players for the whole season. If you think Jeremy Cameron's going to have a rubbish game playing against a tough Brisbane defence, you don't pick him. But if you think he's going to go nuts and kick 10 playing on Richmond or playing on North Melbourne or the West Coast Eagles, take him. That's the benefit of having the game here. So I'll take you over as well to the sort of stats center where you can have a look and see the stats that are contributed to Game Day Squad scoring. We have goals, we've got kicks, handballs, marks, tackles, hitouts, frees for, and frees against. So it's a very simple scoring format where it's not necessarily like other fantasy formats where you rely on the distance of the kick, the pressure, the uncontested nature. It purely comes on statistics. From here as well, you can have a look at the averages in 2024. So Rowan Marshall was actually the highest averaging player in Game Day Squad last season with a 136.96. Now, you can imagine having him as a legend with a 1.5 times multiplier. Those scores would have been absolutely huge. A couple of other surprising ones. Nick Martin, 6th there. Luke Ryan was still up there quite high with his averages. Noah Anderson, Andrew Brayshaw, Jack Steele, all averaged higher than other players like, Caleb Sarong. Maxi Gawn was up there as well, although he missed a couple of games. So you have plenty of options. You're not necessarily targeting who's the highest price player or who's falling in price. You're purely targeting who you think is going to perform and how you think you're going to get that value on the transfer market or through packs. So as you can see here, you log in back to your dashboard. You've got the leaderboard for who is leading the current race to win the squads for each game. So as you can see here, we've got Junk Timers on 532 points. Currently, third man up, Roscoe, is 183rd on 217 points. But coming off only 2 players, I'm pretty happy with that so far. And hopefully, as we get on through the season, I can pick some nice starter squads and really start to climb up. I think I might give you a bit of an update at the end of the round as well and see how we're going with that. You've also got your challenger. Someone's already up on 888 4 points, given the multipliers. Even champion, 874 as well. And, you can check that out anytime you like throughout the round. Now, Something else I wanted to mention as well about GameDay Squad that we are really loving is the Discord. Now, I won't take you over to the Discord at the moment, but as you can see here on the dashboard, we have a link, which is an invite link to join the Discord there. There's lots of people chatting. That's sort of one of the main ways you can get onto the community. You can also join a private Facebook group. There's also Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages, which you can follow. But in terms of actual player-to-player interaction, I think this Discord is the way to go. You can show off your pack openings, general AFL chat, general fantasy chat. There's also a trade table where people put up cards that they're looking to obtain, maybe they're looking to get rid of. And there's a number of other ways in which, you can sort of enhance your Game Day Squad experience, whether it's private competitions, which are running through the Discord, private leagues, which they offer as well there. There's plenty of ways to get around it and definitely make the most of your experience. Now, I'm sure you can see here, I've got a little bit of money in my account. You might be wondering, is this a sort of a pay-to-win concept where you might be looking to, spend a lot of cash and do really, really well? Now, I don't think it is. I've decided to chuck a little bit in to have a look at the auction market and play around and see what I can get. However, this starter squad format is completely free. You can do it with the starter packs that you get, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that as well. Obviously, it might be worth having a little look, seeing if you can get some packs in, but there's plenty of opportunities to obtain free packs, not only through entering a starter squad, but then that should give you some materials to get into Classic, even Challenger like I have. There's other ways to earn packs through the Discord, and there's plenty of private competitions that you can enter which offer rewards as well. However, I might quickly take you over one last time and show you the auction platform, which is something that I'm particularly looking at here. So as you can see, I've had a look at Platinums in auction, and we've got Nick Martin and Zach Merritt, who are probably two cards that I'd be very interested in here. So we've got a 52-cent bid. Here's my bid here at 51 cents. So I think I'll jump in here and go, not 10.53. 0.53. Otherwise, that would have been probably my auction over and done. I would have won it, but I would have probably overpaid for this card. So 53 cents here. We've got 3 hours to go, and I'm going to hopefully keep bidding away and be able to get him on a good deal. Let's have a look at Merritt. 52 cents. I haven't put a bid in on him, but I may as well chuck in that 53-cent bid. See how we go. Now, if you were choosing to deposit funds into Game Day Squad here, you'll see that it becomes locked while it is in an auction. However, the team here have been very good in ensuring that they come straight back if you do not win an auction as well. So overall, I just wanted to say we are pretty happy with our Game Day Squad experience so far. Expect to see more content from Janeth, DR, and Spilsy on the channel and on their socials over the next couple of weeks. Now, before I go, I'm going to give you a special incentive to jump onto Game Day Squad and start building your ultimate team today. If you use the code PEANUT, that is right, we love to call each other peanuts on the Supercoach Swordplay channel. If you use the code PEANUT, you will receive 3 of these 9-player common packs valued at $6.99 completely for free. So that's just over $20 worth of packs, another 27 common players here, which will contain a 61% chance of silvers and the chances of some platinums and diamonds completely for free just by using the code PEANUT. Now, I'll show you very quickly as well where you can get that code in once you sign up here. Ignore this one. This is my personal code, but we're going to be using the code PEANUT. If you go onto the dashboard, redeem a referral code that was sent to you, PEANUT here, click Aussie Rules, redeem code, and that will hopefully grant you your packs. So all the best. I will make sure to link in some articles about how to play, the key features of Game Day Squad, an invite link to the Discord, all in the description of this video. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to Supercoach Swordplay, use that code PEANUT, and we hope to see you all on Game Day Squad so that you can follow along with our journeys as well. Join us. Who knows? We might even start up a little competition to see if any of our fans can beat us. Hopefully, that will come up over the next couple of weeks. But for now, keep your eyes peeled. If you're jumping on Game Day Squad, use that code PEANUT for over $20 worth of packs for completely nothing and start getting those squads in today. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and we hope to see you all on Game Day Squad soon. Cheers.